What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be checking out the latest update on the war with Donald Trump, Israel, and Iran. So pretty much Donald Trump revealed new detail on Iran, Russia, and Cuba. And there's a lot going on in Cuba right now. People are suffering. They don't got any fuel. So many supply that they're lack of right now, and a lot is going on, and they should be making a deal soon. I'm not sure if that deal is gonna actually be made, but if it don't, it's gonna get even worse. There was actually a Tomahawk that dropped on a church, killing over 15 or more children in Iran, and Donald Trump was asked a question about it, and he actually refused to take accountability for the Tomahawk that actually unalive all those kids. We are gonna listen, check what is going on. So this is the latest as of March the 9th, 2026. Let's go ahead, straight into it, and let's hear what he has to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Do you approve of Iran's new supreme leader? And secondly, can you tell us more about your call with Russian President Vladimir Putin today?
Yes.
What did you discuss?
Yes, I had a very good call with President Putin. We had a lot of people on the line from our side, from his side. We were talking about Ukraine, which is just a never-ending fight. And look, there's tremendous hatred between President Putin and President Zelensky. They can't seem to get it together. But I think it was a positive call on that subject. And we obviously talked then about the Middle East. And he wants to be helpful. I said, you could be more helpful by...
Yeah, Russia and Ukraine, they will never be friends. It will always be bad blood with these guys, because Russia want to take over Ukraine, and Ukraine is, not letting that happen, obviously. But the real reason why Russia actually helping out the Iranian is because of that. American is actually getting help from Ukraine because they actually have base located right there and supplying America with a lot of stuff to help with the war. And this is the reason why Russia actually step in and say, okay, we're going to give our hand to Iran and supply them with intels.
Getting the Ukraine-Russia war over with, that would be more helpful. But we had a very good talk, and he wants to be very constructive. Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. On Iran, you called it an excursion. You said it would be over soon. Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
Are you talking
but soon.
about days?
I think soon.
Okay, and with respect
Very
to...
soon. Look, everything they have is gone, including their leadership. In fact, there are two levels of leadership, and even actually, as it turns out, more than that. But two levels of leadership are gone. Most people have never even heard about the leaders that they're talking about. So it's obviously been very, very powerful, very effective.
To Cuba, you said that Cuba wants to make a deal.
Yes.
What would the United States get in return for that, and why should Americans trust Marco Rubio to negotiate it?
Well, Marco Rubio is doing a great job. I think he's going to go down as the greatest Secretary of State in history. Look at what we've done as a presidency. Look at what we've done as an administration. They trust Marco, and so do the American people trust. He's been successful no matter where he's been. He also speaks the language, which is always nice and always helpful. But he's dealing, and it may be a friendly takeover. It may not be a friendly takeover. It wouldn't matter, because they're down to, as they say, fumes. They have no energy. They have no money. They're in deep trouble on a humanitarian basis. And we don't...
Yeah, at this point, like, Marco got no other option but to just make the deal with Trump, because obviously his people is suffering pretty bad, and everybody want to get out of the poverty and suffering. But that's just all American is. Like, if you're not bowing to them, it's a war, bro. They're just the bully of the world.
I see that, but they were very, very bad to a lot of people, as you know, and a lot of people living on the Cuban American vote, which I got at record levels. Very important. Those people are very important to me. I know what they went through. They went through hell. Some of them have gone on to be some of the most successful people in the country. Cuban American business people, some of them are like the most successful in the country. And a lot of them are friends of mine because I've been fighting this battle with them for a long time. The Castro regime was brutal, but they lived off Venezuela. Now they don't live off Venezuela. Sends them no energy, no fuel, no oil, no money, no nothing. They lived without Venezuela. They couldn't have made it. And we cut them off from everything else. So, yeah, they're going to make either a deal or we'll do it just as easy anyway. Yeah. Please, go ahead.
Say what?
There's footage that shows that an American missile strike and a Tomahawk missile likely destroyed that Iranian girls' school. So will the U.S. accept any responsibility
Well, I
for
haven't
that strike?
seen it. And I will say that the Tomahawk, which is one of the most powerful weapons around, is used by, is sold and used by other countries, you know that. And whether it's Iran, who also has some Tomahawks, I wish they had more, but whether it's Iran or somebody else, the fact that a Tomahawk is very generic, it's sold to other countries, but that's being investigated right now.
Yeah, nobody want to take blame for that because, I mean, that's just terrible. Like, oh no, and that's definitely a direct hit. Like, there's no way you're gonna just launch a missile in the sky and it just randomly hit a school filled with kids. That's horrible. I mean, there's gotta be somebody behind the rocket who is programming it, controlling it to and have a destination that it should actually go off. It's just crazy. Things like that can just happen and people will take no accountability for it. But sooner or later, the truth will reveal and you will find out who dropped that tomahawk on the children.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Mr. President, you've said the war is, quote, very complete, but your defense secretary says this is just the beginning. So which is it, and how long should Americans be prepared
Well, I think
for
you could
this war
say
to
it
last
both.
for?
It's the beginning of building a new country, but they have no Navy, they have no Air Force, they have no anti-aircraft equipment. It's all been blown up. They have no radar, they have no telecommunications, and they have no leadership. It's all gone. So, you could look at that statement. We could call it a tremendous success right now as we leave here. I could call it, or we could go further, and we're going to go further. But the big risk on that war has been over for 3 days. We wiped them out in the first 2 days. When you think about it, it's incredible. We wiped out a big Navy, very powerful Navy. These were ships. These were serious ships. These were ships that you buy when you want to win battles. They're all on the bottom floor. The sailors are all running off the ships. They refuse to get on the ships. The Air Force is gone. Everything's gone. The missiles are down to a trickle. The drones are down to probably 25%, and they'll soon be down to nothing. We'll have where they manufactured the drones are under fire as we speak. They're being hit. So the rest is going to be determination as to my attitude, along with the people in the Trump administration, what we want to do. Thank you.
I heard that the drone that Donald Trump is referring to, it's so easy for Iran to actually manufacture these drones. I think I heard that it's way cheaper than the amount it costs for American to build them drones, and they're like similar in effects. What Donald Trump is saying, he can't be underestimating Iran for sure, because these guys have a lot up their sleeve, I ain't gonna lie. And I don't know who is supplying them with materials and all that, monetarily. I don't know, but they're moving, and they not seem to be slowing down at any time. The thing with Donald Trump is he like to belittle things and try to exaggerate things in his way. 9 times out of 10, that's actually not how it actually is. So we gotta be prepared. We gotta keep our hopes high. that the war will over soon and everything will get back to normal. Because that's exactly what I want. I don't want to see no more people losing their life. There's just too much. There's just too much, and we need to put a end to this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. What Donald Trump actually said, and please remember to drop a like and subscribe. Share it to somebody that you know, and I'll catch you guys sometime.